Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will be explaining why it could be a better decision to go to a Vedic astrologer when you want to get more insights about your life and about the future. So we will be going through 3 points, and before that, of course, there is a difference which you need to consider. Western astrology is using the tropical zodiac, and the Vedic astrology is using the sidereal or the star zodiac. From the Vedic point of view, the reference point for the sidereal or the Vedic zodiac are the stars. And as we know from the stars, the constellation, and from there, the signs are created. So this is basically like sign zodiac also, we could say, whilst the Western zodiac take into consideration the equinoxes. And from the Vedic point of view, this stars level is on the Sva level. We have 3 such level. There is a Bhu level, Bhuva and Sva. So Bhu is the earth, the Sva is the solar system, and then we have the Sva level, which is the star. And according to the Vedic text, our karma is written on that 3rd level. Therefore, we say that if you want to see your karma, if you want to predict on that event-based astrology, the right zodiac to use is the sidereal zodiac, or as we call it, the Nirjana chakra. And what's interesting, the tropical zodiac is also there in the Vedic text. For example, it's used in Vishnu Purana, but according to our tradition, it is used for the seasons, for the rain, for the weather, and things like that. And because seasons are also related to mind, there's also some theory that this can also explain something from the psychological point of view. Therefore, there is some existing conventional wisdom which says that Vedic is more karmic astrology and Western is more psychological astrology when the strength and potentials are there. Of course, many Western astrologers, especially from that event-centered or more classical way, would not agree to that, but these will be the logical consequences if we'll take such assumptions. So the Vedic zodiac called Nirjana chakra, the reference point are the stars, there is the karma, therefore it is showing the event-based astrology, and therefore also we are armed with more tools for event-based astrology because we have many dashas and also we have something which is called the Varga. So now going to these 3 points. The first one is the Dasha. This is very useful because now we are entering the linear conception of time. Everyone can put their details and know in which Dasha I am now. In which period? Is it Venus ruling my life? Is it Mars ruling my life? And then you have the sub-periods and sub-sub-periods. Therefore comes another good benefit that this is more focused on one point. The positive feature about the dashas in comparison to Gochara is that it is more focused. You have one planet to look for, and now comes the 3rd benefit for the Dasha system. This is that you can take this one planet and see it in many Vargas or divisional charts. About that in the 2nd point, but in short, the divisional charts are the specific chart for various areas of life, like children, career life, finances, and so on. So this becomes very useful because you may see what's going on in your finances, in your career life, in your relationship, and the things which you can get from these charts can be completely complex and can add to one big story, which can then be very useful to understand what's going on in your life. The next beautiful features of the Dasha is the existence of these levels of the period, sub-period and sub-sub-period. This is very important because the main period will show native, sub-period will show all the people I'm interacting with, and the sub-sub-period is showing the event. So now we have access to another insights, we can build something more 3-dimensional, and of course, therefore, this can be more useful. And the next feature is that we can use the distance between the period and sub-period, and this will tell us what will be the general attitude, what is the general also experience. We can also get some point which is called the Anubhava, which is showing the experience in specific sub-period. So based on that, this is giving us much more insight into dynamic what is happening. And again, we can take all those mechanisms not only to the main chart, which is called Rashi, but to these divisional charts, which are dedicated to that specific areas of life. The last point which I want to mention here is about the many dashas. So we don't have only one dasha, the most popular is called Vimshotri dasha, but we have a special dasha. These are this timing system with the main period, sub-period, and sub-sub-period. So we have the dedicated timing system for health, for spirituality, for finances, and so on. Not only you have those Varga charts, those divisional charts dedicated to the specific areas of life, but then you have also the special Dasha system, which are also only unique for that specific thing which I want to check in the chart. So this is becoming more detailed and therefore also more useful. The good point about many dashas is also that you may have more clarity and you can be more sure to predict what will happen. For example, if you are timing marriage or buying the home or traveling abroad, things like that, you are not only having one dasha, but now if you have much more, then you understand that all of these dasha must agree, must vote for such event to happen. And therefore you can see that, oh, this dasha is showing in this year, but then you can add another dasha and then you can deduct the possibilities and be left with only one option. And if you will practice that system, then it can give you much more chance and you will be much more skillful astrologer because there will be less options presented. You will be more confident in which period something can happen. And the inspiration for such methodology is also presented in the Faldipika, because there are shlokas which says that, for example, if all of the variations are in that moment, if they are all ending, if they are all on the edge of changing the major period, then this can be a very dangerous period for the native. So we can see that this system was also used in the ancient time when we are confirming one event with many, many dashas. I have few more things to share, but if you have found any value in this video, then please hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more content like this. And now let's go back to these other reasons. And now let's go back to the other points. Second reason why to use Vedic astrology is the Varga. Vargas are those divisional charts. Not only we have one major chart, like in Western astrology, but we have 15 more. So therefore we can be much more detailed about what we gonna say, and also we get more confidence because we can now confirm that yes, this is also confirmed in that specific dedicated chart. For example, fourth house has many things. It's a mother, there is a mind, there are cars, there are properties, and there are also this standard schooling, the learning, there is also the trust, the purity, so many things. But what will exactly happen when that fourth house gets activated, or how this will influence all those different things? For example, if you have malefic in fourth, let's say you are now in the period of that malefic, how this is playing out for the mother, how this is influencing the education, and how this is triggered in the mothers of property, because from the real life experience, we know that all of these things can happen in many, many different ways. So now having those divisional charts, the Varga charts, we are having the insights into the details in which those things are activated in our life. Second points are more detailed. For example, if you know that property is activated, is it construction problem? Is there some delay in the construction? There is a specific house which shows that. There is also a specific house which shows some misfortunes related to properties. Like let's say you have some things related to water or fire or electricity, or something can go down because of the something is old, and such we could say the fortune or misfortune things which also can be seen in that chart. We can also confirm if it's good for you to work in your house. We can also confirm if it's good for you to rent the property, or we can see what type of property you may have, the number of properties and things like that can only be seen if you have that specially property chart. Having only D1, it's impossible to get into such details. For example, if something happened to your children, you have a special Saptamsa chart which is showing the children. So now you may get more clarity. For example, you have 3 children. Which child will have this and this problems? Will those health implications which are in the Rashi chart, in the main chart related to children, that impact the first, the second, or the third? This can be also only confirmed if you have the Saptamsa chart. And of course the Navamsa, that is the main Varga chart. We have now the access to what is the internal you, what is your connection with the absolute, what is your fortune and strength. So which part of the Rashi chart will really be activated in the long-lasting way. So now you don't need to guess, because in a Rashi chart we may be presented with many options, but using the Navamsa we can understand which one will really bring the effect. And of course the Navamsa is about marriage, so all the dynamic in marriage is also there if you have the Navamsa, and without it, it's really again a lot of guessing. The third reason to go to Vedic astrologer instead of other tradition are the remedies. Remedies are bijas, mantras, meditation. I'm dividing them into the physical and metaphysical. Physical means that you can just get some normal advice from the chart. You can use the number, you can use the symbols, the colors, the prices, and also you may know what to do, which person will give that, what could be your target. It's better to be in private circumstances, or it's better to get some government-related funding. All that choices which you are usually getting from other type of experts, you can also get information, get insights from your chart. So these are these physical remedies, and also we have this metaphysical remedies, because we know everything we are having in our life is coming from that root karmic bijas. We could say those roots of karma. Sometimes one root can produce events for many seemingly unrelated events in our life. Same planet can produce things for health issues, for relationship, for career life, and for us on that conventional wisdom level it can be unrelated, but if we have this chart we will be able to see that this one root, this one bija is giving effects. It's like a spreading to all of these seemingly unrelated areas. Now, if we are convinced that Vedic astrology works, we were using the dashas, the specialized dashas. We were using the specialized Varga charts, the divisional charts. So we have the special system to time those events using those details. Then if we are already convinced, oh, there is something to it, it really couldn't be predicted in other way, then also we may be convinced to try the mantras, which are proactive way to change those metaphysical situation using spiritual words, spiritual sounds, because that advice is coming from the same source. The same Vedic text, the same authors, the same rishis were giving us the information about Vargas, about the Dashas, these divisional charts, this special timing system. So if we are convinced they are really reflecting nicely the reality, then we also may be convinced to at least try all those metaphysical proactive methods to change also this bija, this karmic roots for our manifestation in our life. And also this brings this feeling of agency, of proactive, I'm doing something. This can also very much overcome the depression, the anxiety. If you are more proactive, if we are more, if we have some alternatives, what we can do, this is also changing the mental approach, mental situation. And in all that, you are also using a lot of sattva, because you are meditating, you are having some routine, you are focusing time on yourself. So all these mantras are also very sattvic in nature. So every day you are meditating, every day you are spending some time with yourself, you are a little bit slowing down, there is some mindfulness elements there. So also from this perspective, it's bringing benefit to your life. And this is interesting because Vedic astrology is perceived as something very deterministic, but that third point, that third benefit, the remedies, the upaya as they call it in the Shastra, this is totally counter-arguing this myth, because we know that we have 33% of free will, and through remedies we are not left with such sentences like you will be like this, you will have this, you will not have this, you will be poor. So there is nothing like the sentence. You are always presented with possibilities to change whatever you have in your chart. So this is very optimistic way of looking at astrology. Okay guys, so that's gonna be it for today. I feel that maybe I spoke a little bit faster than I should, but I hope these topics were not so complex, so I hope you can forgive me here. And please don't forget to thumbs up. You are doing me a big favor and making this video more visible on this platform. Join our Discord community for one-on-one session. You can also hit me up in the email below. Subscribe for more videos like this. If you are still hungry for more videos about Vedic astrology, please consider watching this one.